That quiet before the storm is something I find really fascinating.
Virginia Beach, a sun-drenched destination for tourists and locals alike. But in September of 2003, an unwanted guest just over the horizon was making reservations to crash into the coast.
Oh, it's Hurricane Isabel.
Jimmy Cox, assistant chief engineer at WTVR, and a team of journalists and photographers, including this reporter, are assigned to cover the hurricane along the Atlantic.
You know, and you know the drill. They tell you when the forecast is coming this way, and we would pack up our stuff and go towards where we thought the storm was going to be.
This is Storm Team 6 continuing coverage of Tropical Storm Isabel. Brought to you by...
As the storm intensifies, Jimmy relays our round-the-clock dispatches by satellite back to Richmond.
Honestly, when I'm doing that gig, I'm running on sheer adrenaline.
Virginia Beach and the Outer Banks sit in the storm's crosshairs.
I think we all remember Isabel quite well.
The wrath of howling winds gusting to more than 90 miles an hour leave a lasting imprint on CBS 6 photojournalist Stacy Sacra.
It's got a real rumble to it. It's impressive. It's scary. One wrong step, one step left or right, and you can get taken out real quick.
All these years later, Stacy still marvels at Isabel's relentlessness.
That surf is crazy. I don't remember that surf being quite that staggering. That was incredible.
I was geeked up, man. I was ready to rock.
John Burkett captures Isabel's arrival while working behind the camera.
And that surge, it would sweep you away quickly.
The Category 2 hurricane packs a punch of unpredictability.
And sure enough, I mean, all of a sudden I'm ankle deep in water, and the next thing you know, the water is up to my chest. And you're like, whoa, what just happened here, right? I mean, it was real then. By that time, I mean, it was legit.
Despite evacuation orders, our CBS 6 crews remain.
Well, you're in the element of the storm. You're just along for the ride and hold on for dear life.
First responders make a sobering request to those who stay behind. Write names, phone, and social security numbers on our arms.
If you guys want to be down here in the area covering this thing, we want to make sure that we can identify you if something goes wrong. You knew they weren't playing.
Hours of wind, waves, and flying debris keep the crew on alert. This metal parking sign crashes beside me.
So the winds were popping, and they just picked that sign off and tossed it like a frisbee.
The sign, a keepsake for John Burkett, reminding him of the hazards of covering Isabel.
Obviously, we laughed it off, but when you think about it in hindsight, that wasn't very funny. I mean, that was close.
There was a rush to doing it, but that didn't supersede the dangers that you sometimes face. And as you get a little bit older, you start to realize those dangers are real.
The CBS 6 team escapes the battering on the beach largely unscathed.
Look at that devastation. That's amazing. Wow. Dude, that was some storm.
From the coast, Isabel roars across Virginia, leaving a trail of destruction and darkness in her wake.
And I remember driving back in, and usually you can see the skyline, and there was no skyline. And I ended up being without power for a total of 10 days at my house.
People think it's kind of fun to ride out the storms, and I'm here to tell you it's nothing to play with.
I got a call during the storm that 2 trees had fallen on my house in Midlothian, and my kids were scared to death. My daughter was crying that she wanted her daddy back.
Hurricane Isabel, a monster storm for the ages.
I can't believe it's been 20 years.
For a team of journalists, an assignment hard to forget.
We're just honored to be here and be able to witness it and respect it, you know, pay homage to it, and try to get through the next one too, because there will be more.
For I Have a Story.
Yeah, I mean, Mother Nature's queen, isn't she?
I'm Greg McQuaid, CBS 6 News.